Okay, so this is not how I wanted my first YouTube video to be. I had it all planned out where it was going to be, hi, I'm Amber, this is my husband Caleb, and this is our farm. That was my plan a year ago, and I can't get YouTube figured out, so I just gave up on posting, and I don't like hearing myself talk on videos. All the things, right? I felt like, oh, we're not interesting, people are not going to want to watch us, we don't have anything to share. Well, then the other day I was talking to my friend Cheyenne, so shout out to you, Cheyenne. And she started talking about how she loves watching our videos and she's always cheering me on, you know, saying, yay, that's my friend. And I thought, you know what, our videos don't have to be staged, they don't have to be perfect, they don't have to look like anyone else. So this is my first introduction to YouTube. The video is not going to be perfect and I don't know how to edit things. I probably sound silly, I'll probably repeat myself, but my husband has been saying, you need to do YouTube because you're doing a wonderful job and people want to see it. And then our friends and family, and especially my dad, like, he is always telling me, do YouTube, you can do this. I love watching all of your stuff. So this is my introduction to YouTube, and there will probably be more videos to follow. They'll be jumbled up and random and all the things that are not your typical YouTube influencer videos, but it's us and it's real life, and I won't be hair and makeup and staged and posed, and everything won't go perfect, but it'll be cute and it'll be fun, and I'm excited to finally just get something posted for people to follow and watch. So here you go. Cheers. Okay, so I'm out here in the garden this morning and I'm doing a little bit of pruning, which is my least favorite thing to do probably. And I wanted to show you two different things. So the reason why pruning is my least favorite thing is because some of these are just so pretty and healthy, and it just feels wrong to go around cutting off all of these healthy stems. But it's very important because you want good airflow, and as nice and pretty and healthy as this looks, you really want to prune them so that your fruit and your stems get good, nice airflow, especially with how wet and humid it is here in North Alabama. I want my fruit to be able to get sunlight. I want my branches to have good airflow, and this is what that looks like. So pruning it really well. Any of the lower branches that are kind of hanging down, I just snip off. And I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. And another thing that I decided to do was look for tomato hornworms, because I saw this right here. And that is hornworm poop, which means there is a hornworm somewhere on my tomato plants. And they do a really good job of blending in, but I already found them, so I wanted to show you what they look like. This here, let's see, right there, that is a tomato hornworm. You can see the little horn on the bottom, and they will completely devour your tomato plants. So I noticed his poop, and I am going to get him off and feed him to our chickens. Let's see here, let's get a branch. And again, I'm doing this one-handed, so it looks crazy. Let's just set you up over here and see if I can get him. All right. I'm just gonna try to cut off the branch that he is on. Actually, yeah, let's cut this one off. Okay. So there's our guy right there, and we are gonna go and feed him to our chickens. And actually, I tried to feed some of these guys to our chickens last year, and they just did not like them. So we are going to throw him to our ducks and see if they like them better. Here's our little harvest of the morning. Some flowers, squash, a big old tomato, hornworm, and then we'll also get some eggs. All right. I'm still figuring out this whole recording thing, how to focus. Well, let's see. Here. Let's see if they even notice what it is. Maybe if we back up, they'll get it. There they go. Ducks are pretty curious, so it shouldn't take long for them to go over there. Okay, well, they're not going to even go close to it while I'm standing here, obviously, trying to get it on video. So, we'll just go back to our pruning and harvesting this morning. Where there's one, there's always more. I really didn't notice any more poop anywhere. But I am going to start looking out for them each morning whenever I come out here, because this is around the time that they start to show their faces. And that was a pretty big one, so there's probably some babies somewhere. But that's, again, why it's important to prune, good airflow, keep your plants healthy, and also it's the perfect time to look for worms and pests. What are y'all doing? Charlotte, get down. Charlotte. Things are always interesting around here. Charlotte. I really think she's drinking an energy drink. My brother and sister-in-law and my niece and nephew were here. They spent the day with us yesterday, and so she left her Alani in the Ranger. I'm pretty sure that's what she's drinking. What are you doing? You get your little energy this morning? All right, so we finished all of our pruning and harvesting and kind of checking plants over. One thing I did want to show you is our squash and zucchini patch over here is pretty much done. I mean, I've already ripped out about 7 plants. We've still got quite a few more, but they are just not looking too good. They are covered with powdery mildew. Squash vine borer has gotten into some of the vines. Now they're still producing, but not very well anymore. So I'm going to rip these out before we leave on vacation, and then let's see, this is one. This is what they start to look like whenever squash vine borer set in, and that's little bugs that just come in and they bore into the root of your plant, and it starts to die. And this is, you can see, that just starts to kind of rot out. So I am going to pull these plants out probably in the next 2 days before we go on vacation, and then I will replant squash and zucchini for a second round so that we can still get some, but hopefully the squash bugs and the vine borers will not take over as bad. But we've gotten pounds and pounds of squash and zucchini already. Look, like here's a good example of what it looks like when they start to eat the vine and it starts to rot out. So this one actually, look, it just popped right off because it's just rotten. So this one I'm going to pull out, and here is an example of squash vine borer right there. The 2 little black dots, that's what they look like. And they will just kill your plants from the vine, the root, inside out. So these are going to get pulled out right now, and then we will mulch over this spot with some more grass, and I'll get it ready to replant. And that is squash bugs right there. So that's what the squash bugs look like when they're young. This is the egg. And so you can just tell that these have been completely taken over. I'm actually just probably going to rip these out today because they're frustrating me. Rip all these out. They're not going to produce much anyway. And then I will mulch it nice and neat with grass. And then we'll just replant some more squash and zucchini whenever I get back. And then I'm also going to use this area for fall cabbage. It's always something to do. Always something to plant, always a pest to get rid of, a disease to spray for. It's always busy, but I love it. Here's our compost pile. It's just kind of over here tucked in the corner of my garden. This is where I throw all of our animal compost, all of our plants and stuff. We'll turn it. We need to turn it soon. And then that will give us a really nice mixture to spread out onto our garden beds. Charlotte, are you enjoying the apple trees? Alright, so we're done in the garden this morning. Now I'm just going to collect some eggs and then go inside, eat some breakfast, and then come back out and work on some more stuff. I gave the chickens a bunch of weeds from the garden bed this morning and they are loving it. Uh-oh. Hello, good morning. I just came to get eggs. See how many we have. I don't know why they started laying down here on the ground. They have brand new nesting pads that they have not even sat in. But get these. So 5 this morning, which we have probably 30 eggs inside. We're just kind of egged out. So if you want some eggs and you're local to us, just let me know. Got some flowers for my little vase that I keep by the kitchen sink. Squash, tomato, eggs. We're all good to go. I did want to see if the ducks ate that worm. Probably not, because they're being difficult. Let's see. Nope. It's still right there. Can you eat the worm, please? What if I take it off of the leaf? What's up with you? Why are you over there by yourself? I should have just gave the worm to the chickens.